During exploration of the Mavel system, we identified an anomaly on the planet Mavel 6. At first sight, the world was covered in only snow and ice, vast expanses of impenetrable white glass lakes and jagged turquoise glaciers. Here, the seas lie still and the snow untouched. The only sound was the wind howling across the plains. Despite this, we found evidence that Mavel 6 was someone's home. In the midst of a wide, barren field, the black metal framework of a steeple protruded from the white masses. I intend to investigate and discover what forgotten secrets are buried beneath the snow. Our archaeological teams quickly set about the dig site and uncovered the remains of a modest temple. Delicately carved from an organic alien material, the exterior was once brightly coloured but had since faded into a dull grey. Bizarrely, a fully operational holographic priest was functional and seemed to be presiding over the church. The programming of this hologram was fairly limited. It seems that it was designed to take confessions from wayfaring travellers and offer healing, reconciliation, and sanctuary. Furthermore, our teams have identified mechanical confessional chairs which seem to double up as torture devices. It seems that there is more to this temple than meets the eye. We have found a secret crypt hidden under the floor tiles of the church. The walls are lined with thousands of tiny blue digital orbs, their circuitry glittering in the dark. My physics team figured out that they can be plugged into a cryptic-looking machine at the center of the room. During experimentation, they discovered that these blue orbs contain the literal memories of a single confession. Horrifyingly, it seems that those who confessed their sins were blessed with ignorance, the memories of their deeds extracted by the confessional torture chairs and stored within these blue digital orbs. We think the procedure did not kill the participant, as only the memory they wished to confess was removed, but it is unclear at this time. Further research into the blue orbs highlight that sin is highly unoriginal. The memory orbs contain countless accounts of tedious little transgressions, such as infidelity, bearing sacrilegious garb, exposing flappers, whatever that is, adorning one's feelers, and ingesting your neighbour's pet, child, or spouse. The majority of these transgressions could be viewed within a humorous light, and they remind me of learning about an ancient race of humans known as the Romans, who inscribed the misdeeds of others on stone tablets in the hope that some god would come and curse them. In any case, the deeds of one particular alien stand out, the priest running the church. The hologram, as it turns out, is a virtual representation of the church founder, named the Illuminate Sahara. She appears to have suffered from severe memory loss and was haunted by the conviction that she had committed a heinous act in the past. The tiny molluscoid priest extracted and stored over 100 of her own confessions in an attempt to figure out what she had done. The priest's workstation is littered with obsessive scribbles regarding a world that she referred to as Ex Bellum, and the apparent horrors that she witnessed there. Judging from her journal, she had intermittent moments of clarity, followed by complete memory loss. She writes that if she did not recognize her own handwriting, she would have thought it was the ramblings of a madwoman. It seems highly likely that her deteriorating mental health was a side effect of repeated memory extraction. In any event, our science team tell me they have identified the approximate coordinates of the world she describes from one of her memories. We shall make haste to the planet and attempt to uncover whatever secrets it bears. Upon arrival in the Edomina system, we have identified an enormous habitat shrouded within Edominator 1's gaseous atmosphere. We believe this habitat to be the world described in the priest's rambling. Previously, it seems to have been a bustling city where residents enjoyed a pampered lifestyle with a multitude of comforts made available through advanced technology. Today, however, the habitat is nothing more than a silent tomb. Dead molluscoid aliens lie slumped across the station in various states of decay. Post-mortem study will reveal that they died from asphyxiation as the habitat's life support system was disabled. My engineers tell me it was disabled intentionally. Bizarrely, the domiciles on this station are all fitted with the torture chairs that we found at the church. However, there are no little orbs this time. Instead, they are connected to a great network which ends at a very large orb. According to the station's logs, they called this orb the Memorax. It appears that the inhabitants had developed an enhanced learning system that ran every night as they slept in their mechanical chairs. It was used to remove unpleasant memories and train new skills. For example, being picked last for the spaceball team or stood up on a date were little day-to-day horrors that the occupants of this station did not have to suffer with the memory of. It seems for them life was bliss, at least for a time. The station's logs show that at some point systematic mind enhancements were mandated by the Habitat leadership and distributed to all residents via the Memorax. But it seems the system was exploited. There were clandestine efforts to delete memories and traits collectively from the population without their consent, and eventually it backfired. The aliens began to heavily regress, unlearning important skills for their survival, and eventually they all entered a vegetative state. Shortly after this occurred, someone or something turned off the station's life support, thus causing the mass suffocation of its occupants. Further investigation into the station's logs reveal its control systems were activated again on multiple occasions decades after the life support was first disabled. Someone overrode the security, entered a maintenance hatch, and accessed the Memorax. Discarded near this still open hatch, we have found a datapad and a tiny blue memory orb, similar to the ones from the church back on Mavel 6. The datapad is filled with the frenzied thoughts of someone who is obviously on the brink of madness. They repeatedly write the same question, who am I and what happened here, over and over again. Their final entry reads, now I must forget one last time. Not unsurprisingly, the memory on the orb turns out to be that of the Illuminate Sahara, although here she is referred to as Dr. Sahara. Apparently she spearheaded the development of the Memorax. Unfortunately, the memories that we have access to are severely fragmented. There is one of her secretly wiping Memorax data, the why is unclear, and another memory seems to have her frantically working attempting to restore the residents' lost memories, but ultimately failing. The penultimate memory is of her admitting defeat, deactivating the life support systems, and attempting to hide the evidence of her crimes. It appears that she attempted to crash the station into the gas giant. However, the safety features of the Habitat prevented this, settling the station into the orbit it sits in to this day. The final memory on the orb shows a significantly older Sahara, in a priest robe, walking in a state of sheer panic. She stumbles out of bed and begins to frantically jot down her recollections of yet another nightmare in which dead-eyed aliens convulse and suffocate. Her face contorts as it dawns upon her that this is not a nightmare, it is a memory. It appears that the Memorax is not as permanent as she believed, in which case she's murdered the entire inhabitants of the X-Bellin station to cover a mistake that would have eventually fixed itself. In her horror upon understanding what she had done, she appears to have come back to the station one final time, presumably in order to remove the memories again. However, her ship remains still docked, and there are no life signs other than her own on this station. Whatever happened to this doctor-turned-priest remains a mystery. I've ordered that the Memorax be untethered from this station and brought back to our science nexus in the Cirrus system for further study. I'm told our science teams are eager to begin experimentation. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed. If you want to learn about a race of genocidal space lizards, then please click the video on screen now.